Hi guys, I'm Arshad back again for 91 Mobiles at MWC. Right now in my hand is actually not a phone. I'm at the Oppo booth. This is actually a prototype of a phone. Now why is this a prototype and what are we talking about here is, and I've specifically shown you the rear side of the phone, is because of the reason that Oppo has showcased a new technology at MWC this year, and that is 5x optical lossless zoom on a smartphone camera. Of course, there is no actual phone just yet. This is just a prototype of the technology. So we don't know how that will, look in retail devices, eventually. But let me give you a breather into how the tech actually works before I show you a comparison between the iPhone 7 Plus, which has 2x optical zoom, and the 5x optical zoom on the Oppo. Essentially, what Oppo does is that it uses the same wide angle and telephoto lens. The telephoto lens is placed at a 90 degree and it's slightly placed further away. It uses a periscope style of technology. Basically, what Oppo has done is that it has taken inspiration from a submarine and the submarine's periscope to actually ensure that you can get 5x optical zoom on a smartphone camera. That is very, very ingenious, very interesting stuff. But one thing that you need to remember is that when Asus introduced the Asus Zenfone 3 Zoom, it also had something similar, and it is spoken about a submarine technology as well. In Asus's camera, the lens actually sort of moved. It was a single lens, but on this there are two lenses. So the one is a wide angle lens, which is which captures the regular shot, and the other one is a 5x telephoto lens. One of the very interesting things to note is the fact that Oppo actually has optical image stabilization in the 5x telephoto zoom lens. What this means is that your footage will not be shaky even at long zoom, which is sort of an issue with the Apple iPhone 7 Plus. So let's get right down to business and find out how these two compare. What we have in front of you is the Oppo prototype phone and the Apple iPhone 7 Plus. Oppo's basically kept a setup over here where you can see that it's sort of using its technology to showcase it, how it compares with the Apple iPhone 7 Plus as well. Now what I'll do is I'll take the iPhone 7 Plus, I'll take a shot at 1x zoom. I'll do the same with the prototype. All right, and compare the two. Obviously, the displays are different, so you'll see sort of a different white balance and stuff like that. But at the moment, you can see that the zoom-wise, it's almost the same. I mean, there is no difference between the two. Now I'll go back to the cameras. All right. Now what I'll do is I'll jump to 2x on this, and I'll also go back to the camera on the Oppo device and jump to 2x. Right. So now what I'll do is I'll sort of take a photo with both these phones. Obviously, at 2x, both of them are almost at the same zoom capabilities as well. But you can see that the Oppo sort of has captured a lot more light, but and the iPhone one looks a little more natural. But that's just perception. Right now, we haven't transferred these photos to and checked it out. Now going back to the camera on both these devices, let me just head back to that once again. Yeah, and I'll do the same for the iPhone as well. I'll head back to the camera. Now, what the iPhone cannot do is what the Oppo prototype can do and the Oppo tech can do is 5x zoom. Now, what that means is that you can see that bird out here. I'll just focus on that and shoot that for you. Now, this is definitely impressive because you get a little more zoom, and you can get a little closer to the subject in case you're using your smartphone. What's very interesting about the prototype is that it's also pretty slim. Which is one thing that Oppo sort of promises with its technology is that it's going to be 5.7. It can be as slim as 5.7 millimeters. The tech can be used in a phone as slim as 5.7 millimeters. This is of course very, very interesting stuff. But this is not reality just yet. It's just a prototype. So we'll have to wait and watch as to how that feels and functions, in the future. But that's it from now. For now, this is what we have of these phones. This can do 1x, 2x, and 5x zoom. This is a great prototype, and you can figure out how that works. Until next time, this is Arshad signing off